wish I could get Golden Era Drill Sergeant Sharp just get in on this, and then we'd know. We would know. My union boss, I would just have it in there. I know exactly what I'm supposed to say and do. There would be no questions about, is now the time? Now the time to buy Netflix, apparently. There's another one I want to make sure I want to highlight in here. Was it AstraZeneca? Well, so there was one of a down on a Fed or something. Oh yeah, this year. A month after they launched it, and I wanted you to kind of see a 10-year Treasury number actions, the spooky distances, it plays in politics sometimes. So which way are we going to go? We'll play a hardball. I like sharps. Hopefully I've cleared it with the union boss and actually spread away.
Prominent Black Lives Matter leader hitting back at a Democrat who's been critical of the group. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has slammed BLM for being silent on the rising violence that impacts Black Americans. Hog Newsom, co-founder of BLM of New York, responding to Adams while speaking to Dana today.
You could get.
Let's get back to Eric Adams, this mayor who is a Democrat, but he spews conservative and Republican talking points. He's a white man in blackface and a very conservative-minded white man. He had 16 shooting victims on a train, and they say, "What are you going to do about policing?" And he says, "What about BLM?" Is America not smart enough to see him deflecting?
Yeah, well,
the BLM leader is also taking time to defend
apparently your daddy was a Norwegian guy.
After reports that the movement led to a startling spike in the murders of Black Americans.
The cops are not the answer. Poor people commit crimes out of desperation. Address the poverty.
Yeah, you gotta be able to read the graffiti on the wall. In the end of it, I generally make the conversation, I simulate it with the local cops with it. But instead of just generally doing the land after combatants, rapid order of cleaning out the probation parole in the stone mill, or how the 5 Mile W goes on through town training details to differentiate crucible time. If they're going to go left, they're going to go right. I'll be the Nimrod, that's fine. But that's what they're going to do, most probability. If they don't do that, it's the oddity. It's easy enough to check out.
And, she says that's a failure and that Adams' policies aren't making cities.
Well, first of all, I don't know if that's the case.
Like, number one, taking that graffiti on the wall kind of conversation doesn't matter. It's a black powder problem. Which one of these cowboys is responsible for?
Number two,
and again, you gotta listen to the birdies.
I found it fascinating that we just closed with him saying, the Republicans, they'll teach you how to help. Well, they'll teach us and they'll try to help us, but the Democrats won't do anything. I mean, I'm not sure what he wants, but here's the bottom line. We can blame the death of Black Americans on the Black Lives Matter movement to defund the police. It is that simple. There is a statistical reality to the fact that once that movement started with defund police, more blacks and minorities in the inner cities were being murdered.
Tree
the
to syrup,
stats do
the
not
bottle
lie.
to factory,
And what shocks me is that the people who joined the movement, which I have no problem with, I think the movement is good, the organization is not.
8-bit zeros compressed in
where is
log
our
10,
money? Where are the donations?
and
Where
that
are
can
the
hide
pledges?
a bit in a
Why are
LED.
we helping
I bet
Black
you're in 3D.
lives and not just those ones that they want to highlight
if that bit was
as
that logic
significant
and
awful,
transistors
those
and how to
involved
understand it by
police.
getting it to
Activists
blink,
look the other
it's a
way
simple
when it comes to
task,
Black
but
lives.
you really
And
can't do it
I don't
unless
have a lot of respect
all
for
the
that
way
guy. I'm
particles
sorry.
in the
You
universe
ought to be
line
out
up to
there
light
fighting
bulb and
for
breadboard,
all
and
Black victims,
then
and maybe
to
he
that.
thinks
And then
he
you're
is.
American.
But
You
as
can
far
handle
as
that,
I'm
you're
concerned,
American.
is Adams deflecting? Yeah, I think he deflects. I don't think Adams has done a great job in the first 100 days.
Right now, I mean,
think
is
the
it
first
go
time he
time,
talked
like
about
in the
really
multi-world
making sure we
universe?
get
Do I need to
people
go
was
and
with
go?
the train,
We're
the guy
waiting
on the
on
train.
Amazon and
And,
shipping for
so
a
we have a
breadboard and
decision
some
to make.
LEDs, but
We
yeah,
either
I
keep
could get all the
pressuring
parts
him to
and put it
protect us,
together because I
or
know
we
where to
just
find
move on
them,
to
what the
someone else.
lineup is, and
Harold, one thing he did
short
say, he says that they believe that the mother of poverty is, or the mother of crime is
marks
poverty.
it down to the ground like my pillow guy.
As he went through the interview, as
the
Dana
whole
saw,
cotton farm, take out
some
my
of his
loom,
talking points were a
just
little bit
drive
less
everything
incendiary,
else
a
out
little
of the
bit
market.
more careful, I guess. But he says that basically the only reason there's crime in New York City is that because there's poverty in New York City, and that police can't be the answer.
Well, I differ with him on a couple of fronts. Number one, I think Mayor Adams is not what he described. Number two, I differ a little bit with what the judge said about the BLM being responsible for all these things. I do agree with your overall point, Judge, that
like, so what's the thesis?
The movement is
all apples
certainly
are red,
something
and
I
therefore
support more than some of
all
the individuals.
Ravens are black.
That young fellow has a right
Australia,
to share his views. He was on the show, and I just disagree with him. I think
from Pangea,
from
timelines, evolution, and bandwidths that do those numbers, hard numbers, 14, 20, 17, 20, hydrogen and oxygen.
To say that poor people is an indictment on poor people.
Way it's going to change that number. It's going to look like water on 9.8 meters per second. And if you change that, because what it is, it won't be a liquid.
To provide jobs and education opportunities and health care. But that's not the way you say it. What we need in this city and what other cities need, we need federal crime task forces working with our local officials. We need more cops on the streets. We need
it's like when I'm in there and if I was standing in the middle of, Kenya, Baker's mining guy, I like to bring it in there. It's like when you're shaking hands of danger, it's not just swatting the bee and thinking about the kid, is it? Ava Braun, German sniper.
Any Democrat, again, this bail reform, I think the mayor has been outright and against it. He's been to Albany protesting and advocating against the law. I would encourage Governor Hochul and others, if you want to get reelected, reform bail. It was a benign thing to do early on to try to figure out how you get nonviolent offenders. Don't let them go to jail. But a violent offender should stay in jail, period. That's what every organization who wants to fight crime should be stating.
C++, we're going to get some good ones. They're going to work the timeline. They're going to reality anchor that boat about expeditiously turning a cruise aircraft carrier around, right?
Entice them with a promise and then ditch them on the side of the road.
You know, who gets it? The kid because we're doing drills, or the admiral because it's war?
Look, number one, everything Harold said is correct, and the judge is right. We have the highest crime in 30 years.
The First Lady has to be a